Hi everybody, it's Paul again. Hey, thank you for coming back to the channel. I appreciate you being here. I wanted to share with you today why woodworking can be so fun. It's because we get to build lots of different things. It doesn't have to be the same thing over and over again. It's a great hobby. You spend a lot of money buying tools, supplies, and learning the skills, whether it be sanding properly, cutting wood properly, taking care of safety issues, whether it be for your eyesight, your hearing, your lungs. All of those types of things are very, very important. And to have a good, clean shop makes a difference. What we're going to be discussing today is just a couple of items in reference to the size of the items that I build when I start thinking about wood crafting. Now, I moved from woodworking in a large cabinet shop and a molding manufacturing business. I downsized considerably to a house shop. And in my house shop, what I make right now is small items. Think about bird feeders, boxes, knickknacks, things of that nature. And most of my sales are in the holiday season. And even though it's the beginning of 2025 right now, it's still a good time to start building some of these items so that you have an inventory for sale at a later point. Mother's Day is coming up. You have the 4th of July coming up, Memorial Day, barbecues, gardens, all of those type of outdoor events or activities. People are going to be looking for various items. Think about building garden benches or planters. Lots of these things are not so much smalls, but they're more of a medium size of item that will also bring in a lot more money. And that's something that I need to talk about, because wood crafting by itself is very hard to make a living doing just wood crafting. Wood crafting, again, is between maybe earning 50 cents an item, it might be a little ornament of some sort, or maybe up to $30, $40 that you may be able to sell a small item at maybe your local flea market or a small festival. Now, a lot of these items that I make, I actually sell them online through my Etsy shop. And I sell a few items there from time to time, but most of my medium and larger items, I sell them either through Facebook Marketplace or through word of mouth. And I also do some events in my small town. But let me give you an idea of what the smalls look like on my table saw table here. And it just gives you an idea of the size of what these products are. So let me turn the camera around for that. And as you see here, the items are really pretty small. Everything from that little Adirondack chair to a little feeder that I picked up an insight on how to make that, the covered bridge, through another another YouTube channel. Bird feeders, boxes, cubes. These are just small items just to give you an idea of when I'm talking about wood crafting. And when you woodcraft, you're using lots of small wood, so it takes a lot of time. Now bring that back up here. And so what I'm trying to get at is that although you're spending a lot of time making small projects like this, you cannot ask a lot of money for them. For example, this bird feeder is only going to be going for, I may get $35 to $40 for it. Here's something just out of scrap wood. It's just a sailboat. But this item here, I may get $15 for, maybe $20, that's pushing it. Everybody loves the Texas stars. You know, these things are great. You put a little hanger on the back. I'm not sure if you see that. It's just a piece of twine. But these are only going for maybe $10, $15. I sell an awful lot of these boxes, whether they have a solid front or plexiglass front, for shadow boxes or whatnot. Little displays. These are only running for about 20, 25 bucks. I make little cubes, 4x4. This one's a 3.5 by, or 3x3s by 3. But I make them to 4s, 6s, 8s. It just depends on what I have in stock for size. These Adirondack chairs, they're quick, not. These things take forever to make. From milling down the wood to positioning it properly to cutting out different pieces. This probably takes about an hour or so just to make, and I'm only asking roughly $40 for it. I don't know if I'm going to sell for 40, but that's what I'm asking. I'm stretching here, stretching. Now these actually sold pretty good last year. These were small ladders. Of course, we've all seen the ladders that lean up against the walls. These sold pretty good last year. And what I want to show you here is Matthew Peach put out. Matthew Peach was the fella that has his own wood YouTube channel, and he was showing us different ideas on how to make these covered bridge planters or decor pieces. They're really nice, really kind of cute. I made up, I think, 4 of these. I haven't sold one, and it's been months. So no matter what you make, you want to make sure that you have a market for your products. So why do we do this? Well, we're doing it for the freedom. Working from our home is great. We love it. We don't have to worry about a commute. We can just walk with our coffee cup in our shop and start to work. It's the enjoyment of learning how to make our hobby into something that's a little bit more, maybe a business. And again, selling some smalls, it's the start of a business. You can actually start making some money. Once you earn that money, you put it back out of maybe new tools or more supplies. Maybe pay off something. That all depends on what your budget will entail. But basically, the smalls, you can get a good partial income. I don't know if you're going to be able to make a full-time income. Looking at some of the Etsy shops, we're going to do a deep dive on those probably next video. But it's going to give you an idea that some of these Etsy shops, they have some great products, but they're not selling them. You can do the research to look at what their past sales are, and they're really not selling. Now, some people, they do the analysis using software tools like, I think eRank is one, and Everbee might be another. And those are nice tools, but they don't really give you an accurate portrayal of what the value of those sites are or what they're actually earning. They give you an estimate of the basic number, but if you do an actual research on the shop itself, look at their numbers, there's no way that they're making the numbers that Everbee or eRank has been forecasting. Again, it's just based on estimates, so I can't say they're wrong, but they're just basing it on what they think estimates would be. But in all actuality, if you look at the numbers, it doesn't pan out. So prices of the items, again, the small items, you might be able to get up to about $40 or so. That's why I'm moving more into medium-sized items, and we'll get into what those are here in probably my next video. But basically, it comes down to inventory space. The smalls you can kind of tuck away in a closet. You can put them off on the side for a while. But for example, I wouldn't be able to make a bunch of tables or coffee tables, for example, or benches and have them in my shop. I'd run out of space. I just don't have space for them. So I have to do that on a one-by-one basis. Or you have to get a storage facility, and then you have to get down to the storage facility, package up the item, and ship it out whenever you get a sale. That gets things to be a little difficult. So it's good to know your customer base, it's good to know your niche, and what you want to focus on. We'll be covering that in more detail in another video, but I just want to give you the overall sense that you can make a dollar. However, you have to pick your items carefully and price them appropriately. So the last thing I'll leave you with, thought, is shipping. Now, even smalls like this bird feeder, This is going to cost roughly $15 to $20 to ship out. A little box. These little boxes, they cost anywhere between $8 and $12 to ship out. Depends on where they're going. My lovely ladders, they actually cost me $12 to $15 to ship out. Now, if you add more to this, it costs a little bit more, but it comes down to weight and how much size is it. Weight and the size. Now this one, this is expensive to ship. This is roughly $30 to ship. From me down in southeast Tennessee, if I were shipping this up to New York, it would run me about $23 to $27. That's a lot of money. Plus the box, that's going to be another $2 to $3. Tape, shipping label, add another couple of dollars on that. Shipping label, of course, that's cheap, but the tape and the box and all that, it's not packing material. So you keep those things in mind. Can you make a living? Yes, but you got to work at it. One last thing I want to leave with you. I know I said one last thing before, but this is important. Now, if you're going to be selling smalls, $20 to $40, let's go on the low end, $20. If you want to make $1,000, you would have to sell, what, 50 of those? Is that correct? 50 times 20? That's a lot of sales per month. Now, if you wanted to make benches or stools, now you're pricing up to $40 or $50. You see how that quantity will actually drop down significantly. So that's just another thought for you. I'd like to get in some tools, so I'm going to cut this one short, and we're going to get some videos, actually me making more different items. That way you guys can see more of what I do. I thank you very much for showing up. Please like my video. I'm just starting out. Give me some ideas in the comments of what you'd like to learn about. But again, this channel is more about the finances and how to actually make $1 by building these small items and then selling them. So I'll be getting into more Etsy issues, selling, shipping, of course, packaging, all that stuff. But you got to work on knowing what your target market is going to be. All right. With that, I leave you adieu, and please check out my first video, and I thank you very much for all of your support. Thank you.